Hello. So yeah, I said I was going to start doing these videos more, and I will make sure to do them. So yeah, I'm just gonna do a quick talk on what is going to be happening in the next 2 months. So we are doing IVF again, yay! And the big reason why is because my husband's insurance is adding IVF. I'm so excited. So yeah, I'm getting added onto his insurance for next year, and they are going through progeny, or I can't even really, I don't know how to say their insurance name, but they use like 2 smart cycles is how it works. So I get like 2 smart cycles with them, and apparently the cycles are split it up in like fours pieces apparently. So we get like 8 pieces of, I guess, insurance. So it's kind of confusing to describe, because I guess that's just how that works. Because I guess like it's not like an IVF cycle per se for one smart cycle. Like I guess for one IVF retrieval with a fresh transfer, it takes 3/4 of a smart cycle. So meaning it would only take, 3 of the pieces, and then I would have one more piece for that smart cycle left, which apparently one piece, or one, yeah, piece of the pie, or 1/4 of the smart cycle will be a transfer, or can equal up to a frozen transfer, she said. And also, I guess also she said another thing that can equal up to 1/4 of the smart cycle would be doing testing of the embryos, which is actually a lot for testing of the embryos, but it makes sense because testing of the embryos is pretty expensive. But yeah, so it's kind of like have to, like, think of a way I can use this the smart way. That's why I guess it's called smart cycles. But yeah, and she said for 4, or a whole smart cycle, that's for donor embryos, to make donor embryos and everything. So that's a lot, but it's not too crazy actually, because it's only just one extra piece, more than the retrieval, for getting our own embryos. So if I do decide to do donor embryos instead of my own embryos, yeah, then that's definitely an option I can do. Apparently, I actually have coverage, which is actually something that I didn't even have coverage for with my last insurance plan when I did have IVF insurance last year. So that's awesome. And then yeah, I'm planning on doing myself with my 2 smart cycles is I'm going to do a retrieval for sure, another retrieval. Um, but I'm thinking of waiting to see if, because I'm going to be transferring or shipping my embryos to this new clinic in Washington, and I'm going to see if, my transfer works, with any of the embryos I have left. If it doesn't work at all, and like, I used all these embryos up, there's probably, like, I feel like I should probably try donor embryos, because I've used, went through 2 retrievals already, and I should try donor embryos. And since it doesn't take that much more, like for if I like did a retrieval and I wanted to test my embryos, it would be the same. So why not use donor embryos, you know? So I probably might do that. And then, it's also save me the money for fucking medications. I wouldn't have to pay a whole bunch of medications again for the embryos. Of course, it's a big thing because, it's not gonna be my embryos, but it's still gonna feel like my baby because I'm gonna be growing it inside me and everything. But, that's a big thing to think about, of course. Um, it's gonna be my husband's baby for sure because we're gonna use his sperm. But yeah, unless they do decide to pay for meds, or at least pay for a majority of them and everything, I probably would just do another retrieval. But that depends if they do pay for meds and everything. Because, yeah, with the smart cycle, like, since it's both kind of the same, I feel like doing a retrieval and then having to pay meds on top of that. And then I want to test my embryos too the next time for sure, since something is going on. Yeah, it's like gonna use the same amount of smart cycle pieces or whatever. And plus, I have to pay for medication. So it's like a lot. And then I will only have 4 pieces or 4 transfers I can do, 4 frozen transfers after that I can do. I get a fresh transfer, I guess, with the retrieval, but I will only have 4 transfers left over to do with the smart cycle. So it's a lot to think about, but I'm definitely for sure going to transfer my embryos first, and then I think I'm gonna do the retrieval if it doesn't work out. I was thinking of doing the retrieval first because, once I get pregnant and everything, it'll be harder to do a retrieval once you have a kid. But I was like, it'll probably be fine. I'll probably figure it out. Because I do want siblings one day. But I do have hope that these last 4 embryos will be the one, baby I'll have for my first baby, because I did get pregnant my last transfer and it was my first frozen transfer. So I do feel like, that I have some high chances because the first one did work for implantation and everything. It just didn't stick. So I feel like it could have been the embryo. And I'm hoping that these other 4 embryos will work for sure, you know. But we will see, because yeah, that's why I'm like stressing out with the next 2 months. I have to wait 2 months to even start anything, to even ship embryos or anything, which is gonna drive me nuts. And then the fostering as well, we are still doing, but we are going through an agency. Why we're going through an agency is because the state is being really dumb. And we like literally done everything for them, everything they asked us to do. We did 2 extra evaluations because they asked us to do them, because they wanted to make sure, because I guess they're like really like on high alert because some, you know, terrible foster parents killed a child that was in their care, and now they're on high alert with everybody that has, mental health issues or, any issues at all. Like, yeah, we did all these evaluations. They told us to call them or email them or whatever when we were done with the evaluation, and we are done with them now. And literally, she was like, nope, we can't reopen your application because we are doing some new online portal thing and we're not going to be taking new applications till March. And I was like, are you kidding me right now? Like, you told me to get a hold of you so you can reopen our application and everything. And because we already had to wait like way longer than we had to. We had our home studies and everything scheduled and all that, but they wanted us to do the evaluations, and she told us as soon as we got them done to contact her, and we would be able to do everything, all the next steps. But of course, that's not happening. Apparently, and I have heard that this happens with the state, that they just do this, because she apparently was like, had to go ask her supervisor, because she was able to open my application up and stuff, but her supervisor told her no. And I was like, her supervisor is the reason apparently why we had to do the evaluations too and everything else. But it's like, I don't know. I just thought it was kind of ridiculous because we've been waiting this long. We waited already started 3 months ago, everything. We have everything literally done. We only need to do the home studies, and she didn't want to reopen our application, and it's making us wait 4 months to do, doing nothing again, to wait for their portal to open so we can start on the portal and everything. It's like, I don't know why we have to do that when we're already done with everything, and you told us you would reopen it. And it's just like, I don't know, it was kind of making me annoyed. So I was like, I don't want to deal with the state at all anymore, you know? Um, and the agencies, they deal with the state for you. So I was like, this will be way better. And apparently, going through the agency, they don't do the portal thing. That's just the state. So I can keep going with doing the home studies and getting approved and everything in the next few months. So it won't take until freaking, because, reopening everything in March and starting up everything again in March would have been probably, I'd probably be like into December, probably getting my license. I was just not wanting to wait like a whole year, for this license. Like, it would be kind of ridiculous. But yeah, we're still doing the fostering, even though I might get pregnant, even though I'm doing the IVF. But we are doing IVF here in state, which will be easier if we do end up taking a foster kid. But yeah, we're still just want, because we want to help out these children as well and maybe adopt one day. So we want to still, keep getting our license and keep at this. But yeah, everything's going pretty okay and well. I am going to be starting a new channel though, because I started a new hobby and I thought it would be really cool to put it on YouTube. But yeah, I will keep you guys updated on that. It's something that will have like crafting, um, a bunch of different spells, rituals, and things like that, which are really fun. And learning how to be, becoming a baby Wiccan. I'm a baby Wiccan right now, or witch is what the name is. So I started getting really interested in the pagan ways and, learning about gods and goddesses and all that. So I was like, you know, becoming a witch and a Wiccan was really interesting too to learn about. And I was like, I want to try this out for size. So I am gathering herbs, gathering crystals, gathering a bunch of things for my altar, and I am starting this out. And I want to make a YouTube about it as well. I think it would be fun to do. But yeah, thank you for watching. I will post, soon about the new YouTube, but thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have, a baby soon if you guys are watching this and still struggling with infertility as well, with me for 2 years now. I really hope you guys do get your angel babies or your babies, your rainbow babies, all of that. I'm hoping to sprinkle some baby dust all around you guys. I'm really hoping everybody just gets their little baby, because it is a hard journey, a long journey, but we will get there one day. I know that for sure. It's just hard, but either if it's through adoption or IVF or whatever, you will get there one day. Thank you for watching.